Hello again. So, I have done a lot of work on the 3D version and a little bit of work on the blueprint version of this project. Previously I had called it the maximal minimalism thing or whatever. Now I'm just going with my normal naming conventions of super weird RPG-ish names that come out of the middle of nowhere because, yeah, I'm weird. So this is Kitsgepia now. Kitsgepia. Kitsgepia. Don't ask. Comes from nowhere. There's no history to it other than I use it for a bunch of characters that I create over the past few years. It is now one bed, 1 and 3/4 bathroom house, and the plan is currently to have it subdivided, the whole property. Let's actually do a bird's eye. The whole property looks like this, but I only want to use this for my house. I would probably maybe use this section for Airbnbs. I could also mirror this and sell that subdivision with a house on it, or I don't know. But yeah, this place has potential, but I'm not going to use it. I kind of just want to focus on this half. I have redone the sun to match what it'll look like in that area in the summer, so specifically like June 2nd, 2019, I'm using that sun map, if you will. The sun rises over there, comes up like this, goes around like that, and then sets about here-ish, but yeah. So it kind of goes all around the house, and you'll get most of the day's sun on this side of the house, where the garden and the rooftop deck is. And of course the office. The office gets sunlight pretty much the entire time the sun is up, which is nice, because that's where I spend most of my time. Or in real life, that's where I spend most of my time, and I would spend most of my time in that section of the house in real life if I ever built it. Wow, I'm talking like Elon Musk. That's cool. Okay, so, as I probably stated before, this is the pad where guests would park, because there's not much in the actual front of the house, so I put it to the side of the house. It's enough for 2 large vehicles, so you could actually fit 2 SUVs on here, and maybe not like SUVs, but 2 large cars here. Because people like to drive their, I think, Ford Escapes, and those things are stupidly massive and American and disgusting, but that's another thing. I don't like... Yeah. No opinions. Anyway, this would actually be a gate here, so, trash days, you would store your trash back there, and then take it through the gate here, park it on the sidewalk. I don't actually know the rules for sidewalks in King County, like if you're building new construction, will they place a sidewalk, will the city place a sidewalk there, or can I actually use that part of my parcel to extend the fence to the edge of the property? Because if I can, well, we'll talk about that part later, but yeah. So yeah, this is the current size of the house. I still haven't patched the holes in where the walls meet the ceiling, or walls meet the roof, but that's currently it. As you can see, there is the idea of a pool being built there, because I do like diving and I don't get to do it enough. And then we'll do a outside or bird's eye thing. That is this property currently. Not really much to look at yet. Still in the idea phase. Tesla solar tiles would go in here. I actually priced it out. Without their technicians coming over and doing their own version of a sun map, the estimate is about $13,000 to do solar tiles for its entire roof. And that's taking into account this, what are they called? I'm totally blanking on what these are called. Yeah, we're gonna skip that, but anyway. That's not too bad because I think a regular asphalt roof is like $10,000 for this, if I remember the pricing quote. So, yeah. More benefit. Let's head inside. Or, yeah. Passion flowers, passion fruit, apple trees. Mailbox. I'm not sure if postmen would still do this sort of thing. I guess it depends on the neighborhood, but coming up to the house, dropping mail off at the actual house, like inside the house, pull that out, unlock it, of course, and then drop it in. But yeah. This is the large door that Lisa had inspired. I still don't know about the texture, but definitely the shape is what I'm going for. It's very grand. Let me... Come on, lag. As you can see, it is quite large, so it's definitely an expression, or not an expression. Oh, my words are escaping me today. I am not all with it, as usual. Yeah, it's grand. Anyway, let's head inside. So you walk into the great room. Wow. Living area. I haven't done the entertainment furniture yet, or the end tables, so they're just blocky right now. But, yeah. Gaming and television at the same time. Telescoping TVs so you can pull them out, face them towards the kitchen, or just pull them out further to kind of make it more comfortable for whoever's sitting here to see, or just angle them. Excuse me. The main window, the first floor here. Another bit for morning and evening sun to come through here. So you can see the current morning sun would land on the other window, but that's fine. So yeah, this is what the great room should look like. I still haven't done any decoration because I'm very low on prims, so I'm only doing the stuff that's completely necessary in this 3D project. Everything like this that I'm making, I'm building out of individual blocks and then remaking them as a mesh so they don't take up as many resources. So it's going to be a little slow process, but yeah, you'll see what it's supposed to look like on the blueprint when I get there. So, this is the coat closet. I've expanded it to 5 feet wide by 2 feet deep. Since there is a foot difference between the main floor and the garage, I've actually decided to make there a little trapdoor here for more storage. So if you can store like emergency stuff there, like if I ever decide to buy a gun, I could put it there or something. I don't know, something weird like that. I live in yeehaw country, so why not have that? I added some more windows to the kitchen area. Kind of plays off the front door a little bit. I also resized these so the kitchen counter is now the standard 36 inches tall. Words. So yeah, it's that regulation size. Comfortable, so you can see. As I stated previously, the InvisiCook is here, so this is a 4-burner stove, but you can't see it because it is actually built underneath the granite or quartz countertop. And that behind it is the down vent, which is sort of like an overhead hood, except it rises out of the counter and sucks in air that way and then vents it out the back. So I would have it venting out into the back, I guess, alley, dog run, whatever you want to call it. Which is nice. And that's actually no fumes from the induction cooking. It's really just getting the smell of the food out of the house quicker, so probably not even a necessary thing to build, but why not? Especially if it helps meet code, because logic and code don't always mix. This here is a spice rack. It's actually resting on top of the other cabinetry, which is at the standard 30 inches tall. I would have gone for 36, but I feel like I wanted more sun, and I probably wouldn't even use the full 36. The current cabinets that I have are 30 inches, and I don't even fully utilize those. Yeah. Eventually I'll actually do the cabinetry to match kind of what I have in the other house. In fact, let's take a look at that if you haven't seen those. It'll eventually look like this, shaker style. So for me, I need to finish this house one day. Anyway. Meant to mimic a real-life fridge, Samsung Flex. This here is the pantry. As you can see, compared to the previous video, there's a lot more space here. I've shrunken down the stairs to 36 inches instead of the 44 it was previously. It was nearly 4 feet wide, now it's 3.5 feet. The pantry is actually 2 pull-out sliding racks. So it's actually a lot more storage than the fridge. It's about the same width, but it's a lot deeper. And then next to that is the main closet, I guess you would call that. It actually starts at the side of the door and goes behind the cubby there. It's a decent amount of space for like hanging something here, and then you can also have like dog food, vacuum, whatever sundry items you need to keep your house in order. I don't know what I'm going to do with this space, if anything. I know that I want the router probably here-ish. And then I also want Ethernet in the walls, so I don't have to like bring anything down to the router. Everything just comes out and it's perfectly wired, but that's a dream for another day. So the garage has not changed too much. Just kind of given it some possible facelift ideas. Tesla's now blue. Ooh. Cement blocking. Like, you'll do a depression in the cement, make it look like it's tiled, but it's actually not. You're just depressing the cement to make it look tiled. This is enough space for a Vespa, which you'll see in the blueprints, because I'm a Vespa freak, and I don't have one yet, but one day. Same for Tesla. Like I said, I live in Yeehaw country. That thing you just heard is a fucking motorcyclist passing by. I'm sorry about that. So, I looked into King County, which is where the parcel is, to see their code on pools. Pools have to have at least 4 feet between the edge of the water and the fence line, and they have to be fenced because safety reasons. The fence has to be at least 42 inches tall. Blah 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 blah. So, I love diving. I don't get to do it often enough. The last few times I've been able to do it are boating, and that's also very rare. Last time I actually got to dive off a diving board, I think I was still living in Ohio. Yeah. I was still a kid last time I got to go diving off a diving board. This is 3 meters tall, so that would mean the pool has to be, I believe it's 12 feet deep. And it rises up here. And it's, let's see, 36 feet long and 16 feet wide, which is the minimum regulation size for a residential pool. This would be where I could actually have the dog play. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. Lag, 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 lag. And then this would be the back deck. This wouldn't be much for entertaining. It's a very small deck. I believe I have this at 8 feet deep. So you could host a few people here. It's not like super great for a party. If I wanted to host people for a party, I'd probably do it on the rooftop deck. This is just more for personal use, like hanging out in the back, going swimming, or just sitting out back enjoying the sun with the doggo. And then the dog run. You would have air conditioning, the ventilation for the down vent. Whatever I need here would go here, out of the way, but not butting against the next property. Just enough feet, just enough of an easement between properties. I don't know the current easements on the property, so I may have to redesign this even further in the future, but we'll let that come when it comes, if it comes. So, with the way the sun is, I think I mentioned earlier, it rises there, arches up here, and then sets there. So that means I can't put a tree in pretty much that whole back area if I want to grow stuff on the ground. So this tree will put shadows on the house instead of over vegetation. Walk out here. These trees would mostly put shadows on the fencing. So this whole spot here would be for a garden. Of course, I'd be growing stuff on top of the roof area, but I also want to use that for entertainment, so it's not going to be fully just for a garden, like the other property over there. Yeah. This will be a nice space one day. I'm currently actually growing these grapes in real life, and they're about that same size right now. So I figured that's a good size to make them in this game. Oh man. The mandarin tree, the lemon tree, fig tree. My fig tree is actually about this size in real life too already. I've only had it for a few months. And then one day this little cherry tree would also grow. And that'd be enough to help block out the neighboring, or whatever's going on here, area while I'm in the office. So let's complete our downstairs view. Dining area, so chair, and bench. So this bench could actually also add seating to the living area, also not taking up space for the walkway to the backyard. And then the 3/4 bath, so this would be a standing shower. I just finished building this little mesh object, so yeah. I may have shown this in a previous video, but there is a UK company that builds this whole setup here. It's quite nice. It's a very small toilet setup with a sink built in. This toilet fits regulation. You have to have a toilet at least from the center of the toilet to the wall. It has to be 30 inches, so a little less than 3 feet, which that is. I know it looks like more, but yeah, it's strange. Anyway, I also am possibly considering the idea of shiplap in this tiny bathroom. I don't know. I don't like shiplap, but I kind of like how it might look. And of course, this won't be that tan brown. I'll figure out a different color. I think the one from the UK has it in a grayish brown. I might do that, but yeah, we'll see. I haven't decided what I want to do for the overall design, like color scheme, other than the kitchen and the living room, so everything else is up in the air, including the flooring up in the air. So I would have the tops of the stairs carpet, because my dog does not do well on stairs. I've seen him on slick stairs. He really struggles on slick stairs while I struggle with my words. So as long as I have tucks around, these would be carpeted. I have opened up the loft area, so 5 feet from the edge of that banister to here, and then 5 more feet from the edge of that banister to here, and it's split exactly down the middle. And there's a nice overlook. You can't really see much, but that allows a little bit of sun to come from here to here at a certain point in the morning. The office could very comfortably fit 2 different desks, but I currently have it set up for just one. You could have the desk kind of banked here and here, if you had a couple here. Yeah, this is suitable to my needs. So this would be overlooking to the edge of the property, overlooking to the neighbors, which probably isn't great, but hey, sunlight, that's the main benefit of that. And then overlooking the Puget Sound here. This is a 6-foot sliding door. Probably going to have it slide this way. Leads to the rooftop deck. You can overlook the Puget Sound here. And then, of course, there's a train that passes by this property as well, so yeah, anyway, that's not important. I still haven't decided what I want to do with this space, but I'll decide towards the end when I have like the design elements starting to come together. Right now, this is still just getting the skeleton together. I've added separation in this window. I felt like I didn't need such a large window on that side, because I've already got a large window here. But I still wanted sunlight, so yeah, now it's like this. This is where my dog bed would go. So it's overall a small master, but I really don't spend a lot of time in the bedroom, so that's fine. I spend more time in the bathroom, which is about the same size as the, well, not, it's maybe around the same size as the master bedroom, but yeah, I spend more time in the bathroom than the actual bedroom. This is the walk-in closet. This is the tentative design for my, I guess, closetry. And of course it's got the laundry in here as well. So you would do upper storage, shirts, pants, shoes, maybe more pants here or whatever you want to have here. These are drawers. Can't really see the separation here, but yeah, they're drawers. More storage. This would be cabinetry here. More storage. Lower cabinetry. More cabinetry. And then these countertops are the same countertops as the kitchen. They're not exactly for folding, but you could fold on them. I just wanted to have like a place where we could comfortably store something on top of. And then these are the washer and dryer I have in real life. To scale, of course. This is the bathroom in the morning. Oh, that's really pretty. Anyway, this is the bathroom in the morning. So the sun that would come through that window in here and in the shower. beautiful. I'm going for a black bathroom. I don't know if I put that in the last video. It might not have been in there. But yeah, these would be slatted wood, not just this huge block of wood, and it paths here to all the walking spaces, main walking spaces of the bathroom. Shower would come from here, and you'll see in the blueprints that this is actually going to be where the drain goes, along the edge of this shower. Completely flush, and there's no step to another type of flooring or anything. Double vanity, so mirror, shelving next to the mirror, sink here, window because I like sunlight too much. Oh, I like sunlight in the house too much. I don't like being out of the house and in the sunlight, but that's another thing to look into someday. Like I said earlier, this would be slatted, so you would have shelving in certain spots of it. Bronze finishes, copper finishes, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, black, 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 black. I really like where this is going to end up. I'm going to, of course, add some greenery in here and other decorative designs, but yeah. It's turning out pretty well. So that's about it for this. I'll give one more good look around. I really like that in the morning sun. Anyway. Still not final. Probably gonna be another few months until it gets down to like where I start adding the decorative touches. How do you guys like this on the side? How should I make my outer fences look compared to that? The inner fences will be the same type of wood as this, but the outer fences, what should they look like? I'm thinking for the whiteness, you can't really do plaster buildings out here in Seattle area because plaster doesn't hold up too well to being rained on constantly. It'll degrade really fast within the first 5 years. So I need to figure out probably some sort of paneled look like that most modern houses have in this area. So white panels with this wood cladding. Yeah, that's the current project. We're going to switch over to the blueprints in just a moment, so bear with me with that. Okie doke. We are now looking at the blueprints. We're going to take a look at the property blueprint that I have started really late. Words. Anyway, ignore what I just said. So this is the entire property that I'm looking at, the parcel. This is the landing that I had told you about where guests can park. These are two Tesla Model Ys, and you can see that they fit decently here with enough room for their door, plenty of room for their doors, honestly. This is the run where the garbage will be taken out and then rested on the sidewalk. Oh yeah, this portion right here is sidewalk, if you couldn't tell. I went by Seattle regulations for sidewalks, so, not Seattle regulations, but King County regulations for residential sidewalks. It's 5 feet wide. And I believe between the sidewalk and the fence is 2 feet, from what I have designed. So I would have, like, bushes here. I'm not sure what kinds of bushes, but probably berry bushes. This is where the trees are, and the vegetable garden. This is the roof. This is the rooftop deck. These are the apple trees. The pool isn't to scale. I did the blueprints before I actually put the pool into the 3D design, and then looked at the actual code, so I have to rescale this pool. Of course, the deck also does not match. Deck is the green. Green for this project means elevation, so here we go. Elevation changes, doors and windows, dimensions, cardinal directions, cabinetry, build pieces. Build pieces would be like banisters, pools, anything that's installed at a weird time. Of course, the key would change, but for people that are looking at it over these videos, this will help you understand what I'm doing with the colors. This other stark blue is overhead objects, so cabinetry and stuff, and then the roof is this color, so yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at the primary blueprint, though, for the actual house design. So this is probably final. I don't think I want to add or change much of anything else to the first floor. So north is this way, west is this way, south is this way, and east is this way. The sun rises in the northeast in June, probably about here-ish, and it sets in the northwest. It gets to the highest point in the south at about 1 p.m. in June. Yeah. Anyway, so since I'm a Vespa freak, but I still don't have a Vespa, I decided to put one in here. It would actually fit this oversized one-car garage. If I move the Tesla up a little bit, it could actually be pulled out from behind it. So this is a decent single-person's garage. This is the Tesla Powerwall. By estimates, I should only need one for this house, but if I'm going to add things like a pool, I'll probably need two. So that would bring like the Tesla roof installation to a total of around 22K if I decide to go for two Powerwalls. 18K-ish, 17K-ish for one, I think. But then there's also rebates, federal rebates. If I do it in 2020, which I probably can't do in 2020, it's a 21% rebate, or not rebate, but tax something. So pretty much a fifth of the cost taken off once you get to tax season. This is the covered entry. As you can see, there's not much covering the entry because I don't really want people hanging out on the front porch. It sounds so antisocial, but yeah, I don't. Apple trees would be here, blah, blah, blah. This is the main entry. You see that large door? This is the closet. You can see that I have a little trap door noted here. I'm not sure if I showed it very well in the video, but if you do a slab-on-grade house without a basement, this is pretty much going to be the lowest level of your house, the garage, and then you build on top of that 1 foot of subfloor-ish stuff to get to the main portion of the house. So where I have the closet connecting to the garage, there's actually just a foot beneath the closet, and yeah, that's going to be the trapdoor. This is the living room. As you can see, I kind of finally made the couches look like couches, added little pillows and stuff. The TVs are here. Overhead, what's it called? Entertainment stand, lower entertainment stand, carpet, dining area with the bench here. Of course, the bench and the seats are all pulled out, but they could also fit under here, and you can actually see where the path people have to walk to go here to the kitchen, all around the house. So foot traffic, not path, but yeah. Leads out to the back. This is the dishwasher. This is the sink. I believe the sink is 36 inches wide and I believe 20 inches deep, or not deep, but like, yeah, deep. And then it's a foot tall. So it's a decent, no, it's actually 18 inches tall, if I remember right. I'll have to look at the dimensions again for what I did in the 3D world, but yeah. The upper cabinetry, the hidden Invisicook cooktop, the fridge I have in real life, microwave and the wall oven, the pantry, the closet. You can get the actual size of the closet here. It's a pretty decently sized closet. The niche for dog food. Plenty of space here. This is that little lingerie dresser that I had hanging in the corner. Not sure exactly what I want to do with this whole space, but it might just be what it is. I might put a breakfast nook in here or something, because I added a window here to catch some morning sun, so this would be a decent spot for a breakfast nook. Then you have the guest bath here with that little vanity toilet thing. This is the size of the walk-in shower. And then the second floor. The second floor needs some work still. It's not in the final steps. The closet here needs to be redone a little bit to match what I did in the 3D version. Dog bed. As you can see here, this is how the water would drain. So these marks indicate like grading or gradient or slope. So it slopes down towards this drain. It's actually hidden underneath a floor-ish looking subfloor, and there's slats that lead down to from the edges down to the drain, and that's how you drain your water in the shower without actually making the floors look different. Double vanity. I might have to redo the window here. I think I resized it to the way I did in the 3D version, but yeah. office loft. For some reason, I feel like the 3D version needs to be a bit bigger, even though this is measuring the same exact dimensions. It looks bigger on the blueprint than it does in the 3D version. So I need to look into that. Here we see the sliding doors, and then I started to actually do the types of windows. So these are sliding windows. That means this way it slides towards that way, and this way it slides towards that way. I'm not sure what kind of window I want here, but yeah, these do not open. These are just, do you call them picture windows? Like when they don't open, they're just like some glass to look outside and get sunlight? That's what they are. And of course, this probably wouldn't open either. So yeah, that is the start side of the blueprint. Oh, as you can see, the name is Kitsgepia. I've actually managed to shrink down the square footage overall. It is now 1354 square feet. Decent sized house for what I've got here. You could, if you wanted, reshape this loft into an actual second bedroom and get the 2-bed, 1 3/4 bath house, which would work quite well, I guess. But for my personal use, this is what I prefer. And of course, you could also get rid of the rooftop deck and make that living space as well. But why? So yeah, that's that.